meeting to order, and I'd ask the clerk to please call roll.
Adams.
Here.
Bartlett.
Here.
Cook. Hopkins.
Here.
Lonergan.
Here.
O'Donnell.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Wankle.
Here.
Wormowski. Williams. Mayor Ezra. City Attorney Beard.
Here.
Okay, we have a very light agenda this evening. We have nothing under the mayor's report, city attorney, or city clerk's report, so we'll move right into committee reports. And we'll skip on down to public protection, and
Well, let's start with number one then.
let's do it.
Okay, all right. Discuss advertising for bids for 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 SUVs, quad cars, less trade-in allowance. He's over there smiling at me. For the Jacksonville Police Department. What we got, Chief?
Those are the 3 squads that were included in the capital improvement budget for this year. And I'm just asking for permission to spend the money to go out and find the ones we want at the right price. We're just gonna advertise for bids with the specifications that we have. So we're gonna trade in a 2007 Ford Explorer with 95,000 miles. We were intending on trading in a Crown Victoria, but it suffered the consequences of an ice and a total out on the way to a class in Decatur. So we will be allocating that insurance money as the trade-in, putting it back into capital improvement.
Was the driver okay?
The driver was okay. The car wasn't. 6 cars wrecked at one time on black ice on the way to Decatur. Our one car was one of them, but she was okay.
All right. Yeah, I see no issue with that. Anybody? All right. Number 2, discuss waiving bids and accepting a proposal for the purchase of a truck for the Emergency Management Department. And Bill is here to explain that one.
So that is in capital expenditures as well. I think I got the information to be sent out to everybody. That's to replace the vehicle, the 2002 Expedition that has over 100,000 miles on it. And then it's starting to spend a little bit more time than it should at the city garage, here recently especially. Coop says it's in good shape. So, but that's what that's for. I'm switching from an Expedition to a truck, just because I'm using my own personal vehicle to tow things and the tow capacity and to all things in the back of it versus an Expedition.
The Expedition was trade-in, wasn't it?
So we're gonna sell that outright versus trade it in because nobody wanted to give me any money for it. So, and all of them suggest, both dealers said, I bet you can sell that thing outright significantly more than we wanna give you for it. So.
All right. Good luck with that one, huh?
Yep.
Okay, number 3, discuss hiring 1 probationary hosman to the Jacksonville Fire Department. Chief?
We had a surprise resignation last Wednesday. One of our driver paramedics notified us on Tuesday, and we received official notification of his resignation on Wednesday. He has resigned for family reasons. He is in the process of taking a position with the South Metro Fire Department out in Denver, Colorado, to be closer to his wife's family. So this is just a replacement for his position, along with the subsequent promotion, which is the next on the agenda.
Go ahead. Let's discuss the promotion since that's next on the agenda.
Well, since he was a driver engineer, we would naturally progress a hosman now that's on the promotion list, fill that driver engineer spot, so we'd be filling on the hiring the entry-level hosman.
Any issues, any questions? That's a great report.
Thank you, appreciate that. Is there any public comment this evening? Seeing none, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn. Aaron, Jeff? Okay, thank you. We'll adjourn into the council chambers for our Citizens Day with the Scouts. I'd like to call the meeting this evening to order. It's our Boy Scout Citizen Day, and we're super excited to have you all here with us. And I'd like to call the meeting to order, and we'll lead with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if everyone could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to
At this point, if we could have a motion to appoint Laura Jordandale as Mayor Pro Tem in Mayor Ezra's absence.
Motion.
And Alderman Borowski. And a second by Alderman Hopkins.
Yep.
And all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. You're off and running, Lori.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and turn the meeting over to our scouts this evening. And, yeah, would like to go around and maybe introduce each of the scouts. That'd be great. Want to start down here on the right?
That's Scout Walkle.
So just say my first
Just
name.
push on the button so it turns green.
Yep.
Say your first and last name and maybe what troop you're with.
Okay. I'm Max Salmon from Troop 107.
I'm Kyle White from Troop 113.
I'm Zach Jennings from 113.
I am Jason Hoyle from Troop 103.
I'm Jesse Lott from Troop 107.
I'm Steven Doss from 107.
I'm Sean Moglis from 107.
I'm Jason Timmons from Troop 107.
I'm James Baptist from 113.
Thank you all for being here this evening. Okay, so you're gonna say, please call roll. I'd like to ask the clerk to please call.
I'd like to ask the clerk to please call a roll.
Adams.
Here.
Bartlett.
Here.
Cook. Hopkins.
Here.
Lonergan.
Here.
Oldenettle.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Wunkle.
Here.
Pretty deep voice for a Boy Scout.
Wormowski. Williams. Mayor Izzard. City Attorney Beard.
Here.
City Clerk Bradshaw.
Are you there?
You have a quorum.
The minutes have been circulated. Is there a motion to approve?
Accept.
Motion.
We have a first and a second. From Wormowski and Scott. Any petitions?
Say none.
None.
Any communications?
Yes.
Petition from,
We have a petition from, wait, we have
request.
a request that, wait, what do I,
Just read it.
this letter is to request the temporary closure of the following roads for the Passivant Gatorade 5K and 10K on Saturday, May 23rd, 2020. Number 1, Founders Lane between Alice Drive and West Walnut. The request closure time is 5 o'clock to 10:30 a.m. Our start to finish line is on Founders Lane. Westgate Avenue between Mound Road and West Walnut with the following guidelines. Number 1, road closure limited to start and finish of the event. Number 2, southbound lane, Walnut to Lafayette, closed from start of race at 7:30 a.m. until last runner passes approximate time 7:30 to 7:55 a.m. Number 3, northbound lane, Mound to West Walnut, closed from arrival of first runner at approximately 7:40 a.m. until last runner/walker passes. Approximate time 7:40 to 8:40 a.m. Emergency traffic allowed access to closed lanes. JPD and Citizens Police Academy to monitor traffic at key intersections, including Westgate Mound and Westgate/West Walnut. Also, we have a parade request with the Jacksonville Police Department for this event.
Any discussion?
If there is no objections, I will approve it.
None.
Thank you.
Any claims?
Got one more.
Oh, sorry.
We jump over. I'll do this one. We do this as a raffle license for the Jacksonville Public Schools Foundation. We've done it every year. The reason that we read it at the council is because the retail value of all the prizes is over $5,000. It's $12,500. And like I said, it's the Jacksonville Public Schools Foundation. They sell raffle tickets. If there's no objections, we'll go ahead and approve that. That's it. Okay.
Any claims?
Claims are in the hands of the alderman.
Motion to approve? Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Can you second as clerk? No, sorry. Can we get a second over here?
Second.
All right, Scott. We have a first and a second by Hopkins and Scott.
We have a first and a second by Hopkins and Scott. Voice vote?
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay.
Moving on, we're gonna go on to city clerk's report. And just call for the city clerk's report.
City clerk's report?
Community develop, what? Oh, 4 items that were sent to the alderman. If there's any questions, please contact the city clerk.
He'll be in the office tomorrow morning at 8:30.
You'll be.
If I can get him out of school.
Is there any?
No, it's on you now. Put it out there. You're at it.
Is there any public comment?
We have one item.
Thanks. My name is Thomas. I'm just here to alert people to the Illinois Manufacturers Association. They're having a Maker's Madness contest for the coolest thing made in Illinois. And I know we've got a lot of manufacturing here in Jacksonville. We've got some strong contenders. And I just want to make sure that we're, engaging our business community. And when that voting comes open later this month, that we're, making a strong showing for the town.
When is it?
Voting's going to start February 26th. That's when the nominations are due. But I know we've got people all over town who could be competitive in that. And that's going to be on the...
Is there a link?
Yeah, it's going to be on the Illinois Manufacturers Association. I can send you guys a link.
Thank you for sharing that information with
Yep.
us.
Any other public comment?
Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
We'll now move on to the consent agenda.
Finance,
Finance, IT, and personnel.
I'll take it, but I'll have him read.
Resolution authorize payments of the city well, capital improvement fund for entertainment improvement projects. Okay. Resolution authorize payments from the general fund of service returned. Yeah, returned. Rendered.
We'll now move on to public protection at Alderman Hopkins.
Resolution authorizing advertisements for bids for 3 SUV squad cars, less trade-in allowance for the Jacksonville Police Department. Motion 2, resolution authorizing waiver of advertisement for bids and acceptance of proposal from Westward Ford for the purchase of a truck for the Emergency Management Department. Motion 3, motion requesting the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners to hire 1 probationary hosman to the Jacksonville Fire Department. Motion 4, motion requesting the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners to make a promotion in the Jacksonville Fire Department, hosman to driver.
Thank you. Utility, Alderman Wankel.
Just read it all. Okay. Resolution authorize payments from the Waterworks and Sewage Projects Fund for services rendered improvement projects, and I so move.
Are there any items you wish to pull from the consent agenda? Second.
Second. Are
there any items you wish to pull from the consent agenda? I'm asking the clerk to please call roll.
Adams,
Yes.
Bartlett,
Yes.
Hopkins,
Yes.
Lonergan,
Yes.
Old Nettle,
Yes.
Scott,
Here.
Wonkel,
Yes.
Wormowski,
Yes.
motion passes.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Is there any old business? Is there any new business?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. The new business I'd like to talk about is the Connect Illinois. I was at the rollout of the broadband Connect Illinois program the Governor Pritzker announced last Wednesday in Springfield, and it's the largest fiber infrastructure grant fund anywhere ever in the United States. It announced 5-year, $420 million in fiber grant opportunities for communities, and this is something I think that Jacksonville should definitely look at applying for. And then also there was a second piece of new business. I did a ride-along with Jacksonville's Police Department the day after our council last, and during that ride-along we found 21 streetlights out, and I would like to thank Officer McMillan and the JPD for helping assist in that. I have previously found 17 streetlights out from complaints from constituents, and 24 more since then which is 62 total. And I have a picture here of just my front window with 5 of them right out the front window. And that's something that I know as during the ride-along, going through some of the areas, that night lighting is necessary in order to deter crime and vandalism. And my ride-along showed plenty evidence of that. And the history of crime and decay in the JDC, it's been neglected for too long. One of the things that the state did was just left it behind. And I think that Jacksonville should look at just lighting up some of the streets along the abandoned part of the JDC property, just to deter some of the crime that has been involved in that area throughout all the buildings with broken windows or breaking into them and other related. And if there was any way to do that, that would be something that would improve the smack dab in the middle of town, a dead spot right downtown. If we could just turn the lights on to just show the community that we care a little bit about that property, I think that would help improve things a little bit. And that's all the new business I had. Like I said, I wanted to thank JPD and Officer McMillan for the ride-along. And any lighting that concerns, I think that if the Jacksonville Police Department officers had any other possibilities of unlit areas or concerns in our community, that they should bring that to the city council's attention, because all it takes is a letterhead from the city to Ameren to turn on a street light. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Alderman Adams.
I just have a quick comment, and correct me if I'm wrong, and someone here on the council might know, but isn't the property in the community park, it was ran by a power plant that's no longer functional, so there's no power?
That's correct, and there's a construction crew with Ameren that can look at what can be done, what kind of options could be done, and if that existing wiring is able to be powered, or if we could just, instead of the 30 or 40 streetlights that are on the property, if we just put 10 in, you know, that would be something that we could look at as an improvement from where it's at.
It would be an improvement, but unfortunately what you're looking at, that's still state property, so it's off limits to us, or anything we do on it, it has to be through the state.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we can get the state to be cooperative. We can get them to put solar-powered lights out there. They wouldn't have to be hooked up to anything, and they would still do the job. But as Alderman Hopkins said, that's a state property, and it's up to them to manage it.
But Brandon, thank you for your work on the streetlights. I agree with a lot of things that you said tonight, and appreciate you being so diligent on that. Is there any other new business tonight?
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
A motion by Wormowski
Very good.
and a second by Alderman Adams. Meeting adjourned.